first DJ gig was at a family reunion. The first track that I put on, I was the hero. The second track that I tried to mix into made me a zero. So I really didn't start professionally DJing until I was in my 20s. I still always came with the concept as a producer. You played with turntables at the time, and I had really bad turntables that I learned on because, you know, that was what I could afford at the time. It was always the concept that, what can I do as a producer instead of as a DJ? As a DJ, most of the time you're restricted to the music that you have on turntables, and then if you want something special, you gotta know how to beat juggle, you gotta know how to scratch, you gotta know how to do all that stuff. And I'm not an acrobat DJ, you know, that was never my thing. I was always too heavy-handed. So when I saw, for instance, Derek May playing with a 909, he was the first guy that I saw using the 909 turntables and reel-to-reel. You know, that was the first cat that I ever saw do that. It was like, okay, I see what's possible. I think limitation is the best. I mean, it's like trying to wring water out of your shirt, you know? It's just like you wring it until you get all that water out. And then once you can't wring it anymore, then you know you can let it dry or you can wear it or whatever. And when I started with the Prophet 600, I had an MMT8 and a borrowed 4-track. And I made tracks, and I knew that Prophet 600 inside and out.
Let's go. Carl Craig, foil of them.
With hardware, with using synthesizers, the sequencing part was what got me into using computers. I came in contact with the Apple Mac when I was working at a print shop, and I was watching how the woman was doing graphic design and typography and all that kind of stuff. So I knew I wanted one, and once I got my hands on it and got Performer and started sequencing with that, then I knew that was the direction that I had to go. I like everything about Logic. The reason why I like it is because you don't have to have any other plugins. Like the compressors on there's an article in Sound on Sound that shows how you can make Logic compressors do exactly the same as what a soft tube version of a CL1B does, the TubeTech CL1B. You could mimic it in Logic with their compressors. I remember being in the studio with my engineer at the time and saying, wouldn't it be cool if there was a preset on, the SSL that was like Michael Jackson Thriller, and then you just get like the voice chain of Michael Jackson Thriller or the EQ for Thriller or the bass sound for the bass line or whatever. And, you can technically do that now. I mean, I watched Dave Pinzato's podcast, and, he talks to Tony Maserati, and Tony Maserati has, these Wave plugins that, is his thing, that is his chain. So, you pull up the vocal chain, that's a Tony Maserati vocal chain, and it's potentially what he used on Beyonce, So that concept was always there for me, and I could always see what the potential of the future was with computers and actually recording with computers. I remember the story of one producer in Germany who he couldn't make a record because he was trying to get the perfect kick drum sound. And I'm kind of, sort of at that point where it's just like, I know I can get a better sound than this. I know I can do it. But with going back with new technology and revisiting the old stuff is the 6ix9ine Live stuff, and I'm constantly changing that because when I first started doing 6ix9ine again, I took some of it, but then was making new things on top. But now it's to the point where I want to have all of the detail from the first 4 Jazz Funk classics all the way into light music that, is revamped in some way. So as a producer, I know when to leave things in the recorded world alone, But as far as live performance, you know, you can go to the next level. I mean, it's just like if you're dancing with Alvin Ailey, you know, you could do the same dance over and over again, but, you know, as you get better, you know it, you want to trick it out a little bit, you know, and make it even more special, do a little more ad-libbing and whatever, and that's how it is with live. Always learn from the elders. Doesn't matter what kind of music they do, they've already been through it, whether it's business or musicianship or whatever. But also watch the young guys. I was talking earlier about Arab music, this producer on the MPCs, and I mean, I never saw anything like that in my life. It was quite incredible, and I've been using MPC for 20 years, you know, and I've never seen anything like that. That made me think, okay, you know what? Let me try to put my sets together a little bit different so that, you know, there's more of that response thing that can happen, because I'm not a drummer, but, you know, there's some great things that if I could learn from his technique, then I can go. You know, it's like when I was a kid, you watch a Bruce Lee movie and then you try to do the moves, you know? And sometimes you could do it, you know, and other times you couldn't, but you push yourself to get to that point. You can learn their technique and then take it to the next step.
Welcome to Dubspot. We believe in providing you hands-on experience right away. Whether you're completely new to music and want to turn the sounds in your head into a musical reality, or you're an experienced artist looking to refine your skills and add new tools to your arsenal, we're ready to meet you at your level. For students of all ages, all levels, and all styles of music, Dubspot is here to help you achieve your goals. With course offerings both online wherever you are and at our school in the heart of New York City, we are ready to guide you through the next phase of your musical transformation. Whether you want to produce music, DJ, or do both, you've come to the right place. Come explore Dubspot for yourself. Become a part of our community and make music.